Hey guys, I'm Brian. We're Chaos. We're here to tell you. We're here to tell you some stuff about ourselves. Like me, I like to use the phrase "pound for pound" to describe fat people. As in, pound for pound, fat guys weigh many more pounds than other guys. I'm in college now, but in middle school, I actually got picked on a lot for being tall and kind of gangly and good at math. But the joke's on them, because I was terribly, terribly unhappy. My home life is good though. Like, they say nothing shouts gay louder than a man wearing pink. But that's not true. Because I know that nothing shouts gay louder than my stepdad at the clarinet recital. I've been thinking a lot lately about what it means to be a man. And I've determined that I am twice the man that Danny DeVito is. Because I measure manliness by heights. Now I am also technically twice the man Lance Armstrong is. Because I've heard he's also pretty short. On balls. So, I think condoms are sexist. Like ribbed condoms are ribbed for her pleasure. Isn't that little presumptuous condom companies? Anyway, I wear them inside out. For my pleasure. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever been cutting onions and just started crying? Because gay people are getting married. So why is it that people only use the word unbelievable to describe things that they clearly believe in? Like you never hear anyone say that leprechauns are unbelievable. But then I was at the Grand Canyon. And I heard a dad say to his kids, "Wow, this canyon is unbelievable." Now, I like to hold people accountable for their language, and this man was clearly questioning the canyon's existence. So I pushed him in. Now he believes. And so do his kids. And his dog, Buttercup. So I was with my friend, and we were watching the sunset, like totally platonic, best buds do. And he turns to me, and he says, "Hey man, I'm really glad you're my friend. And this sunset is unbelievable." Really? You don't believe the sun sets? What is this, your first day on Earth? Because if so, then congratulations, genius baby. I admire your cognitive skills and facial hair from day one. That's some impressive shit. So sometimes I worry that my humor isn't smart enough, and I know, you're like, nope. So I wrote this really intellectual literary joke that I think is really smart, and here it is. So you know Flaubert's masterful novel on the banalities of provincial life, Madame Bovary?
Nope.
Sounds like Madame Ovary. Ooh. All right, we got some Flaubert fans in here. So I'm afraid I've given you the impression through the set that I'm a bad person, but I'm not. I don't see race. I just see some people that I trust less than others. And I trust white people the most. Thank you, that's my time, everybody. Keep it going, I'm going to God says, and God do it.
I'm Sarah, I'm a freshman. I have to say, my least favorite thing about being a white girl of privilege living in America, which by the way, if you haven't tried it, it's incredible, is the stereotype that we're really easy to trick. I think it's something that I always have this sense that people are trying to trick me or someone thinks that they've tricked me, and you almost can't blame them for trying because it's part of our rich cultural folklore. Like, don't wander through the woods alone to bring treats to your grandmother because if animals wear human clothes and tell you lies, you're only going to be mildly suspicious. It's my least favorite stereotype that, like, wolves, barely sentient creatures, can dress in the clothing of our most beloved family members. And our response is like, I guess I buy that. But I think the stereotype has even spread to other countries. If you go to less developed countries, I think that they assume I don't haggle because I'm easily scammed. I don't haggle because I'm a billionaire in your country. You out of $2 because my $20 handbook said it was an acceptable local custom. Oh, I'm sorry, Mariana. I can't go any lower than that. Guess I'm just gonna have to walk away. Not buying any of your hand baskets today. I need that dollar for things. No. I'll spend full price on a tiny set of mariachi artists carved out of sea urchins because I respect your fucking culture. But anyway, now I've been at Penn for like 5 weeks. It's been cool. But my least favorite thing about like the casual hookup scene is the totally false compliments that I swear, I'm not just saying to get with you. I had someone say to me the other night, you know why I think you're amazing? Which is a great start. You know why I think you're amazing? Is because you are like such a strong girl. I can tell you're just like a tough girl. You get what you want. You don't take shit from anybody. Wrong! If anything, I pride myself in my ability to take staggering amounts of shit. From everyone. All the time. And just survive in such a cruel world with the thinnest possible skin. I once rode a bus 2 miles past my stop because the driver didn't hear me signal. And I thought, oh man, you should totally say something. And I thought that, well, relax. That means driving a bus. Don't bother with your personal life. You can handle it. I couldn't handle it. But another weird thing about being new, like problem I developed during NSO, was I get in these awkward conversations of meeting people, and we hit a lot of silences, and I would try to fill those silences by saying, and another thing. And there was no other thing. And I had this problem of the blueprint of the conversation only got as far as and another thing, and then I had nothing. So my first night of NSO, I was in a conversation with like 3 other kids, and we hit a silence, and I said, and another thing. And I paused, and I reached back through like 18 years of like conversations and observations, like things I'd seen other people say on TV, and I said, and another thing. Where are we even? Where are we even? So I saved the conversation. Instead of being 4 uncomfortable teenagers trying to get to know each other, it was 3 uncomfortable teenagers and the stranger they just found out has dementia. But yeah, it's all part of my new college persona, which is girl who constantly tells tiny, meaningless lies that benefit no one. I told my roommate that I'm taking Spanish when I'm really taking Dutch. Been easy to keep up so far, gonna get harder as the year progresses, so she's fluent in Spanish. Yeah, I tell people that I'm Catholic, even though it's hard to be Catholic once you realize there is no God. Yeah, it's a joke I hope doesn't offend anybody, because if it does, then death is going to be a real disappointment. So, anyway, to conclude, since I'm new, I'm still in the window looking for my college best friends, so let me give you a real quick pitch for myself. If you like long stories told 3 times, the first time what happened, the second time what I was thinking about what happened, and the third time how I was feeling about what I was thinking about what was happening, you will love my companionship. To check our compatibility, my Netflix recommended categories are witty showbiz comedies, movies that begin and end in crying, and heartwarming stories about just a boy and his dog. Thank you, guys.
You don't need this one. Wonderful.
Yes, right.
My name is Michael Candell. Let's get to it. My wrist was hurting me this past winter, so I decided to go see my doctor, Dr. Levy. The problem, he's my pediatrician. The problem with Dr. Levy is that he's not as doctorly as you want your doctor to be. I will give you an example. I'm a sexually developed man. I don't need to brag, it just kind of happened that way. But for many years I was a bit of a late bloomer, and every year at my annual checkup, when I got to the part where Dr. Levy would hold my balls and I would call for him, he would always say, "Still swinging in the minor leagues, I see." Look up, make eye contact with me, and laugh. All while still holding my balls. And then he would say, because he could see the hurt in my eyes, he would say, "Don't worry, I say that to all my patients. First of all, don't. Are you insane? Second of all, that does not make me feel better. You're just making a support group for people you hurt. I'm still going to CVS, buying a flexible ruler, and doing independent research on my own time." So this time I explained to him that my wrist has been hurting me, and I think it's because I've been playing a lot of tennis lately. And then he says, "Is that what they're calling it these days?" And then laughs again. Like he's gonna get home and write in his diary, "Dear diary, today was a good day. Made a zinger at the office and had the pediatrics unit in stitches." Deborah called to say she's gonna need another week with the kids, but my spirits remain high. So he says that I might have low bone density, I should get tested for that, so I get tested for that, come back to him a week later, and then he says, "I'm concerned your bones haven't fused properly. I'm going to need to give you several hormone shots in your butt. Wait here." And he leaves the room at what was a very vulnerable moment. A couple minutes later, the nurse walks in, asks which side of my butt I want the shots in. I say, "Surprise me," because I'm a fun, daring guy. A couple minutes go by, we settle on alternating the shots on either side of my asshole. It's a little tender all around, but very tastefully done. As I suspected, Nurse Kathy crushes it yet again. A couple minutes later, Dr. Levy walks back in and says, "You know, it's a shame that you don't swallow pills, because I would have just told you to take vitamin D pills for a month, and we could have skipped this whole ordeal. Here's the thing. I very much do swallow pills. In fact, I do that shit recreationally." My mom says, "Slow down, Michael." I say, "No chance, Mom." We talk about it. I have a really good relationship there. But the main point is that even if you think that I don't like swallowing pills, you know what else I don't like is 4 shots in my ass. That's kind of like if you went to a hotel, asked for a non-smoking room, they said, "Sorry, we only have smokers' rooms available. Why don't we just give you 4 shots in your ass?" Okay.
So I don't know if I'm so famous that I don't need an introduction, or that it's just not my chance to tell jokes yet. I'm not too sure. But we'll just go for it anyway. So guys, Yesterday I met a girl at a bar, and I brought her back for an adult sleepover. I think we all know what that means. It was weird though. We got back to my place, and she wouldn't even try to help me build a pillow fort. And I'm like, Deborah. I don't know why you're taking all your clothes off, but it better be because you think your clothes will help uphold the structural integrity of this pillow fort. Deborah, I get it, I do like you, but please keep your voice down, because once everyone in the house falls asleep, we get to watch some rated R movies. Let that joke be a lesson for all you girls out there. Think that guys think about sex once every 7 seconds. Because we don't. We think about pillow forts once every 7 seconds. All right, guys. I recently had to make one of the toughest decisions of a young adult's life, and that is whether to get a black iPhone or a white iPhone. I decided on black because it has a better chance to grow up and be a professional athlete. But it also has a better chance to be pulled over under false pretenses by a white iPhone. So I guess take the good with the bad. But ultimately, tip the scale was that I think my black iPhone will have an easier chance getting into college because of affirmative action. There, I said it. I'm sorry, but I had a black friend in high school, and we had the same grades and same SAT scores, and he got into Princeton and I didn't. And I know what you might be thinking. Mike, you didn't apply to Princeton. Also, you don't have any black friends. And you would be right. It's okay, guys, I can say that joke. Some of my best friends really are black iPhones. Have any of you guys watched the Megalodon special on Shark Week this summer? Yeah? All right, awesome. Yeah. I was so pumped about it. It was so cool. You told me there's a 100-foot race of sharks that we didn't even realize still existed. That is awesome. That is the third coolest thing to exist behind dragons and homeless Asian ladies. Seriously, think about it. Have you ever seen a homeless Asian lady? Because I haven't. Lower middle class shop owner? Sure. Asian prostitute? Of course. But not homeless. They have their shit together. Anyway, I was so pumped that Megalodon was real. I saw this documentary, so I told my friend Jared about it. And Jared was like, dude, that was all fake. Did you really think that there was a 100-foot race of sharks out there that we had no idea about? Really? First of all, fuck you, Jared. We all just shark experts now, Jared? Just fact-checking the Discovery Channel? Really, Jared? Anyway, you guys probably know Jared was right. It was all fake, I'm an idiot. But some good did come out of it. I have a new name for my penis. Megalodon. Because it's really big. Discovery Channel did a documentary about it. And it eats blue whales. And it has a dorsal fin. Guys.
And it's not real.
Whoever said that, I think it was a girl. We can fact check that later. So guys, I drink too much, I do. Last week, I took home a total dog. I mean, not an ugly girl, an actual dog. Let me explain. I was really drunk, I ended up at this house party. And I walk upstairs to go to the bathroom and I just see this dog go in someone's room. So I followed in there and one thing leads to another. 2 hours later, we're both naked, cuddling on the couch, watching Jeopardy. Then all of a sudden this guy walks in and he says, hey, what the fuck are you doing with my girlfriend? And I said, that's not your girlfriend, that's a dog. And he said, yeah, I know. And that's when I realized that he was a dog too. I wasn't at a house party, I was at an animal shelter. And for those of you who are weirded out or confused by that joke, I'm not going to apologize for partying too hard. Thank you guys, that's my time.